Welcome to the 1 year anniversary of the Site 65 podcast. I'm your host, Robert Tomato Peterson, and with me, we have a few people. We have my regular co host, Keegan,
Yo,
and we also have Mel Rosewood.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. So, this episode's going to be a little different. For the past year, we've been doing episodes that have been in character to our counterparts on the CN SCPRP server. But for the 1 year anniversary, I wanted to kind of break from that and just do something a little different. Just kind of chat, like talk about how we found our way to the server, talk about what the server is in case there's a few people who are listening who don't actually play Gmod. I have no idea what we're actually talking about 99% of the time, and just kind of chat for a little while. And if more people show up, we'll let them in. But yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to do. But before we begin that, I wanted to say thank you for the 1 year of support and all the good times we've had. Anyone who's ever listened to the podcast, I'm actually going to check because I think we're close. I got to check Spotify right now. I think we're close to 100 listeners on Spotify.
It's a big number. It's 100 living, breathing people.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, actually, right now it's 100 followers on Spotify. So that's pretty cool. And then YouTube, we're closing in on 100 subscribers, and then no one cares about Twitter, so and then Apple Podcasts, I haven't checked the analytics on that in a long time. I know that not a lot of people use it. I could actually let me pull this up while we're doing this. I'm gonna
Apple Podcast? What in the world is that?
It's just Apple's default podcast thing. Yeah, so it's 80% Spotify, 10% Apple. And then 5% other, and then there's there's like 10% other, my bad.
All right, then.
We also have people listening in Slovenia, Indonesia, Belgium, Netherlands, Latvia, Austria, Kenya, apparently, Estonia, Singapore, all those places.
That's nice.
Well, variety is an insanely good thing.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm surprised people actually are listening. Apparently, we have 5% of the listeners in Vietnam.
Ooh. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't really know. So, hi, Vietnam.
Morning to all of you, or if it's evening, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, it goes USA is the most listened, and then UK, Germany, Canada, and Vietnam.
Wow.
Wow.
That's pretty cool, actually.
That is pretty cool.
It's an interesting statistic, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, most of our listeners, according to Spotify at least, are male, between the ages of 0 and 22. That's just how Spotify.
There's a whole baby watching our podcast.
Yeah, seriously. No, it's one of those things where, like, when the baby's still in the mother's body, you got to put the headphones around the stomach and have them listen to Mozart. No, you have them listen to the Site 65 podcast.
Exactly. I was gonna say though, I was surprised that I didn't, because SCP is popular in like Russia and like other. So I am a little surprised we don't have like a lot of viewers in like Russia.
Let me check. Maybe I missed it.
I think the main reason is because the server, the Gmod server, actually isn't set in Russia. Like, we don't have a Russian Gmod server, so there's not a lot of awareness about the server.
Yeah, there's a lot of like Russian Gmod servers though. All like I've seen them like for like Breach. I love that mode, but they're all like in Russia servers, so I'm gonna have like a million ping.
Oh yeah,
those being really fun.
Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at it, apparently a lot of our traffic comes from just web browsing, which I don't know how that would entirely work. I'm looking at the all-time statistics for it. But anyways, that's not, that's interesting to some people. Other people are like, oh my god, get to it. So if you're one of those people that isn't on the Gmod server and has just stumbled upon this podcast because you typed SCP into Spotify one time and you came across this podcast.
I am tragically sorry for you.
I was gonna thank them for listening because that's really cool.
Yeah, but like, imagine the dismay, where it's just like, oh, an SCP podcast, holy shit! Hey, this is a Gmod server. Ah, god damn it!
Yeah, motherfucker. It's something I do like about the podcast though is how it kind of like in a way it kind of separates from the Gmod server. I mean, we're in Site 65, but that is an actual site on the Wikidot, so yeah, it's still feasible. Not all the SCPs in the site though, because realistically, the Foundation would not do that. But still,
Want to know like the funniest thing about all this though? What? I know literally fucking nothing about SCP.
Really?
I know nothing.
I know like the tip of the iceberg stuff, like all those.
Like, not even that. Like I had when I was making the SCP animation, which was a hard thing to do, but I wanted to do for obvious reasons. When I finished, like when I was working on it, I had to Google names of like the specific, very iconic characters, like the peanut one.
Oh,
I still don't remember the number of it right now, but I had to Google it.
Yeah,
like, that. I had to. I knew the most iconic thing, one of the things that made the entire franchise blow up to an extent, I didn't even know anything about.
No, it's funny because I'm kind of the same way. Like, I don't know anything about like MTF. I don't know anything about like Gensec. I don't know anything about like anything like that. Like, I couldn't name like the O5s and like their specific characteristics off the top of my head.
I would say,
but there are people who can do that, and that's
that's
impressive.
Shit. Yeah, I would say
this is gonna seem stupid. I mean, let me just mention this real quick. This is gonna seem stupid, but isn't Gensec the like corporation in Payday?
I have no idea. I don't play Payday.
It's in SCP, it's the General Security Department or GSD. It's just basic security for general Class D, light containment, all that shit. Even though there's no heavy heavy containment security is E11, but like wouldn't they be called something else? I don't know. It's and then there's ISD, which is the Internal Security Department, which is for the O5s, the Ethics Committee. They're for protecting them, even though realistically they're not supposed to be on site. But still, I just think that's cool that they're on site. But with mobile task force units, I'm not a nerd. For my character's lore, I had to research a lot about like if I had to pick like this like my character's father is from this. I had to look into that MTF group and go, does this fit within the lore? Can my character know about that? Like it's shit like that.
I never cared about the lore part of it. I was just like, yeah, I'm a former scientist.
My character is lore. Like my character was initially just he's just a scientist, and now it's just oh my god, I have to write down all his lore. Like I actually have to.
For me, the quote unquote lore I had for the character was he's a D class. That's it.
Yeah, he's D class.
Like I know nothing about SCP as I mentioned. So when I joined the server, I just wanted to do RP, man, because So I decided the easiest thing for me to do is not have to read up and like get on my second monitor a whole wiki about the site and stuff. Would just be like, okay, just be the guys who are not supposed to have any knowledge about what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, it literally fits. That's why I don't like RPing with most D class, because most of them will just, except for like Duke. So there's very certain like circumstances with D class. If a D class tries to run my test or acts like he knows all the SCPs, even though realistically I've never seen this guy ever, so it'd be like, how do you know all that? I know probably in your lore you've done shit, but there's a guy called Duke, and he is the best D class ever. Dude's a trustee. He's the best. Like when he says he knows about 096, I go, yeah. Like, cause you've been alive this whole time. You've done a lot of tests, and they don't amnesticize you anymore. So yeah, like I could see him knowing that. I've seen him around all the time. So when I see just some random orange D class going, I know about 682. I'm like, why? You're just kind of info breaching. Like you don't actually know that.
Yeah,
the script.
It's very rare to get like a D class who actually wants to participate in a test and like actually wants to do things. I try to be like, now that I'm retired from research. What?
I'm raising my hand right now. I want to be. I am that type of D class.
Yeah, I try to help out as much as I can, but like a lot of the times when I'm a D class now, like I I get selected for a test. Like the other day, I had a researcher who he dragged me with a cadet to 914 and tried to get in and then couldn't get in. And then just took me to HCZ and walked me around for like 20 minutes trying to find SCPs, but he couldn't find his way around. And this was like early on in the day, so the server was low population. And he couldn't find his way around. And I was just talking to one of the executives the whole time through PMs. I was like, hey, this dude's dragging me around. Hey, this dude's taking me here. He's trying to find like 682, but he can't. And eventually he he ran into the executive. He just tried to ignore him, and the executive's like, no. I don't know what happened to the guy, but unfortunately that happens quite a bit.
Oh yeah, that's like that's the thing with stuff like that is, most people who are playing D class or SCP are like, do a test on me, do Keegan, do something on me, and I'm like, I don't think they know. And I remember like a lot of people. I remember a few people were like, "Oh, Keegan, I like you as a researcher." And like, "Oh, do a test on me, man." I'm like, I'm a perfectionist. When I want to do a test on an SCP, I have to have a damn good reason why. Like, it has to be like actually giving something to the Foundation, which is kind of fucking lame. But that's just my character. That's just how I work. I can't just go do a test. He can be a mad scientist, but there's a reason he has to be a mad scientist.
Yeah, I hate the researchers who's like, unless they're like a junior researcher and they're like
Yeah.
learning the ropes, like I get it. But if you're like a senior researcher and your test is, hey, throw me at 1025 and see what happens. Like what's gonna happen.
It's like, dude.
I think one of the most fun things you can do as a D class is, and I don't mean to like make this seem like an ego stroke, but is to do some stuff that I did. For example, to pretend that you're an absolute nutcase and be like a pirate. Like, oi, get me into one of them cages, I can fight him. Aye. Like that kind of shit. Like that's
pretty
fun.
Funny,
that's enjoyable to do. Just to wait in line while just like playing a dumb character.
I think like I would if I was doing an 07, if I was doing an 076 test and to make him comply, I would throw that D class at him. I'd canonically I'd have to have the D classes consent. Obviously I do because he's a fucking that D class
they have automatic consent.
Yeah.
So yeah, I always tried when I was executive. I always tried to do tests that required like admin support and like input from them. Like I didn't want to just like I'm kind of known for 682 testing. So like that was my whole thing, and I was like, my whole thought process behind that was like, if you're a D class on the server and you want to be part of a test, you don't want to see 1025, you don't want to see 714, you want to see something big and scary that's going to kill you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to specialize in 682 and just do whatever the hell I want with them. And to be fair, I didn't follow the rules a lot. Like my documents didn't follow the format, but I still have a perfect record with documents. I don't have any documents that are not rated excellent.
Yeah.
And I would just go out of my way to do really dumb but really like hard tests to do, like my Demon Core test. Like that took a lot of planning, and that took a lot of effort from the admin team, and a lot of like permission to do, and a lot of back alley deals with the Iraqi government to get the plutonium.
No, I was gonna say that sounds a lot like the fucking SpongeBob Demon Core with tomato. Like, 682. If you don't calm down, I'll be forced to put another Demon Core in your containment.
I don't know that meme.
It's like it's with SpongeBob and Squidward, but he's like Squidward. If you don't calm down, I have to put another Demon Core in your containment, and then Squidward just starts screaming a demonic scream.
Oh my god!
Demonic scream, as in like femur breaker, or just like
yeah.
Okay.
Like it's fucking
yeah. So go ahead, continue. I
thought when you mentioned like demon scream, it would be something like.
Now, what happened to your mic?
Holy shit, that was scary as fuck. Oh my god, why'd that actually scare me?
Your mic is like peaking and like stuttering.
Give me a moment, let me fix that.
Yeah, what was it? No, yeah, that's the thing about item SCPs is that a lot of them, I'm not gonna lie, and this is very controversial. I know someone out there is gonna punch me in the face. A lot of them really aren't interesting.
No, they're not.
They're not at all, dude. I like the candy bowl. It's cool if they added cool candy to get. I know this sounds bad, but they should add the pink candy from SL. So I'm sitting there. I'm like I'm with a researcher. I'm like, all right, what are you doing with this? Well, I want to see the results of different parts of candy with the. Oh shit. Yo, what piece of candy you get? I got a pink candy. Like me, I'm just like, what? Like Vietnam flashbacks. Oh, here's I'm about to blow, and then I see a giant explosion as he explodes. Like he just, I want to see that. That'd be really fun. I'd be that D class, by the way, saying that. And like so immediately GSD is like sitting there like, all right, what candy you get? He got pink. They just raise their guns up like, do not eat that candy.
Hey, get your hands off the goddamn candy.
Don't eat it. The PTS is also to keep them on their toes because I like shit like that. You know, it keeps them on their toes all the time. They can't just relax when they're down here.
I like that too.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be a stressful environment. You ain't exactly here on a holiday cruise frolicking where it's just like you're not like walking in a stride.
Yeah.
Like occasionally jumping to clack your heels together. We ain't in that environment.
It's like some of the worst things you can think of are down here. Like if you think of an anomaly right now, it probably exists. Probably.
Yeah.
Like, there is an anomaly
Metro 2033 anomaly.
There's an anomaly for that?
Probably.
It's just the blue electric ball thing in Metro 33, like 2033.
Honest to God, most of the things you like, I mean, realistically, could count as anomalies. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on that where it's like, oh, would Gojo be an anomaly? Yes. Like all these would, yes, including Goku. Yeah, he'd be a Thaumiel, but he would be an anomaly.
Isn't Among Us an anomaly?
It's like a god trapped in like Among Us. And it was really funny because the god's like, I come from the ancient ages. My family is gone. I am the only one left. And then everyone replies with, I think he's shush. Kick him out. Shush, get him. Like, that's literally what happens. Go read it. I need to pass you all the number. It's so funny. It's like this eldritch sounding god that's like actually being serious. And then its immediate response is, yeah, I think Red is sus. Get him out of here. Like everyone's like, yeah,
I think it's just a little bit suspicious.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, get him out of here.
I don't know. I saw him vent.
I saw him vent, you guys. I don't know. Kind of weird.
He was sabotaging the one of the rooms.
It's just like I love SCPs that aren't -Js, but they have such a good fucking comedic touch to them. Like I love that shit, man.
Oh, see, I like the ones that like break my heart and like make me really sad.
3812 breaks my heart. Like that one's really. I feel bad for that. That's like one of the first times I feel bad for an anomaly, other than the Paper Dragons one. That one made me cry really bad.
What is 381?
Oh, well, I think the Paper Dragons by. I probably should have mentioned Voldemort's name by one of the animations on YouTube that don't exist anymore.
Oh,
so can you give me a very, very, very brief like synopsis of what it means, or like send the link so I can read it myself?
I got you. It's like the Here Be Dragons. That's. Are you talking about?
Yeah, that one.
Lord Bung. I remember.
Yeah.
My inspiration.
I probably shouldn't mention him.
I know. It's every time you mention him, it's just the fucking. It's the like stupid like World War II meme where the guy is just like shell shocked, like immediately. And I'm like, man. I literally told that someone, I was like, yeah, Lord Bung was my initial inspiration for creating SCP characters, and just them just immediately like, I'm like, no, like don't mention that. They immediately start talking about it.
I have no idea what you're talking.
You don't want to. I mean, I don't want to be that guy.
Dude,
you don't want to know.
Dude, you don't want to know.
But no, like you like actually don't. You actually just don't want to know.
Okay. My
so
only
let's,
SCP,
for the sake of everyone's collective brain cells that are 2, let's drop it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Question for you guys: How did you come across SCPs like back in the day?
Oh, I got a funny story.
Mine was a Cat's Top video.
Oh, it's weird. SCP, when I was young, I literally, it was a Tat Tops video. It was. Me and you have the same origin for SCP. But I remember watching my brother, and me and my brother looking at each other going, is this real? Oh my God, that's scary. Oh my God. Then I look up the website, and it said classified. We will track and detain you right now if you're on it. And I fucking freaked out. I was like, oh my God. Oh, it's over. I'm gonna die. And I went to 001. I was like, what the hell is that? And then the Memetic Kill Agent, I thought I was actually gonna die. I was like, oh.
Like, actually, can I mention something kind of funny related to that?
Yeah, sure.
For me, when I was very young and the SCP thing was just taking off, Like even like this was during the whole like when Peanut was becoming a big thing. I don't know exactly what his name.
2009
like,
7-3.
Seven. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
But it's a bit of a funny story. I remember like I had my phone and I would go around like I think it was middle school to high school. I don't know. We were very young, and I'd go around on like with my dumpy phone that was terrible, and I'd look at the site and I was convinced it was real, so I'd tell some friends like, dude, look at this like Peanut guy, holy shit, this is real, and
it's a baby statue.
And I remember everyone being fucking terrified. There's like, what the hell, that's real.
God.
See,
and then when I realized it was fake, I didn't tell anyone.
You think there's still a kid like out there who like you told about that and he's like living in fear right now? Because he doesn't realize
like in
that
complete paranoia.
He's like stockpiling guns in like a room. He's like, one day,
that Peanut, the giant baby statue is gonna get me.
So like he's down there and just like with a guitar, just.
One day that baby statue's gonna roll down to town. He's gonna snap my neck.
Eventually, he's gonna appear. I know.
I just know it. I do want to go on a bit of an anecdote. What I was gonna I lost it. I forgot what I was gonna say. It was like it's completely gone. I was busy thinking about some. Oh, it's like it's coming back to me. Shit. Oh, that's just embarrassing. Hold on.
Tip of the tongue thing.
Yeah, tip of the tongue. Like. What was I gonna say? Fuck.
Hey, take your time with it.
Oh no. Oh yeah. Okay, I found it. Okay, so and SCP doesn't exist, but it honestly wouldn't surprise me if like there was an organization out there somewhere in the government or something that would try to like contain anomalies or something like that. That wouldn't really surprise me. Like, yeah,
that would be kind of cool.
It would be cool, but I'm like,
yeah, they should make a game about that.
Yeah, I feel like there should be
better. Honestly,
dude, imagine if that game like spawned an entire fan base. That'd be fucking awesome.
I would shit my pants if I was like multiverse hopping, right? Like we were multiverse hopping, and I was like, all right, which verse are we? And I'd look up and I'd see the SCP symbol. I'm like, let's get out. Let's go. Nope, I'm out of here. I'm out.
We're
leaving. We're leaving right now. Like we're gonna have to leave right now.
If they guys, the door's that way. Let's go through it.
Is that Tomato walking in the background? Why is 682 chasing him?
What? Oh no. Yo, that would be. Imagine how insane that would be if you multiverse hopped and we got to meet like our SCP character counterparts. That would be not a good meeting. Corjan's an asshole.
No.
Corjan would actually make fun of me.
Like, if I met my like D-class version of me, I would we would just shake hands, honestly.
Yeah, like, hey.
It's like, hey, how you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm about to get my neck snapped, but I'm doing good.
It's all right. Let's go.
You think there's a multiverse out there where you are, in fact, Markiplier?
I will fucking shit.
You just turn, hello, everybody. We just all scream in unison.
Hello, everybody.
No,
and that's funny because Markiplier played the SCP games.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Yeah, it all circles back. I swear that's where he started his like YouTube. I swear that's where.
I think it was that or Amnesia, wasn't
it? Yeah, just like PewDiePie.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, okay.
That was that was Pewds.
Yeah. I love that.
Jesus, this is like I feel like I'm a combination between PewDiePie and Markiplier. I'm Swedish and I sound like Mark. At least that's what people tell me.
You're Swedish?
Yeah, I'm Swedish. I never disclosed this.
You're Markiplier and PewDiePie's
never
baby.
Said that once.
Okay, well, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, part of me is Swedish, but like I am an American, so.
Oh, it actually
know a lot of words.
Actually, he was correct. Like a Markiplier also started on Amnesia. I started so bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like
I knew I had some sort of semblance of correctness.
It wasn't some of correctness.
Push his glasses up to level with eyes.
Yeah.
Nah, SCP has been like one of the better things to come to like happen in my life, simply because like I got into the server back in 2019. And, different server, but SCPRP. And going into it, like, I didn't really have that many people to talk to. So, when I when I found the servers and like I started to talk to people and stuff like that, I was like, holy crap! Like I actually have people to talk to. And I would like race home from work just to like talk to people. And now I'm in Discords with people, and now I talk to people every day. It's really cool to like see like this dumb little game has just like, you know, blossomed all these relationships that I wouldn't have otherwise.
Like, it's weird. Like SCP kind of flew under my radar for a while. Like I knew it. I knew about it. I knew very surface level. I didn't read too much into it. But what really got me back into SCP, and I know we were talking like the initial Lord Bung confinement, that's what got me back into SCP and really wanted me to do more with my art and SCP. And
That's
because
fair.
of that, and because of him, I actually got to, write an article on the actual SCP. Like it was co-written with a guy called Math Brush, very nice guy, like actually awesome. And we co-wrote an SCP, and I always will have that as like I actually got to be a part of that. Like I always wanted to be a part of SCP in some way. And now I actually get to be. And maybe in the future even more so if
That
with the
is
projects coming up.
that is an inspiring story, dude.
Yeah, it's like SCP is now just like my whole life now. Because I used to think it was it's just a scary story, but I don't know. There's just something about it. I know like organizations that contain like anomalies have probably been around for a while. I mean, hey, Men in Black, but still like there's something special about SCP. There's just something about it that makes it special. It's
I
everyone
mean,
coming together to create
there is
spooky
no
shit.
like no dumb reason either. It's a very intriguing universe.
Oh yeah, it's like everything kind of matches up together. Like like it's like it makes sense. And I think like one of the more uncelebrated parts is kind of like the GOIs. I know people talk about CI and GOC because they're both fucking cool as shit. Come on, yeah, they're cool as fuck.
Yeah.
I mean,
that
when
is
they're
But
not rating the foundation and causing
oh
us to not be able to test.
oh yeah, yeah. Come on, guys.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
let's move past that.
But no
Everyone
one
makes
talks about
mistakes.
no one talks about the UIU, which is a branch of the FBI that is basically like, what the fuck is going on? Like they're so in the dark. Like who are these Foundation fellows? Who are they? And the Foundation's like just mogging on them in the background. It's like, who are you? Like, and they're underfunded, and it's kind of sad because they're kind of a joke on the anomaly world compared to like CI even. Which, well, to be fair, they have defunct Foundation members, so they actually know what they're doing. But it's just kinda
Damn.
sad. There's just so much story with SCP. There's so much you can do with SCP as a story. Like, as not even a story, as it's I even think SCP is, like, not a genre. Medium would be a I don't know, like, technically. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
know.
think that's
To
the
an
right
extent, I
terminology.
suppose.
Yeah, to an extent, yeah, like, it's its own like, you could do anything. You could have a character who's a D class, who's and the Immortal D class shtick has been, like, actually done on the Wikidot before. It didn't start with Connor. It was on the Wikidot beforehand. With Dr.
Interesting.
Sumerian. Dr. Sumerian is like my favorite writer on there, man. He makes some oh, his Immortal D class entry was fucking sad and disturbing. It was wow. I did not expect that kind of. Oh
I
my
mean,
god.
it's a cool prospect. Like,
Yeah.
think about it. Immortality is not a blessing. That
Oh
is
no.
a fucking curse.
Oh yeah, Deadpool, Wolverine, like those characters. It's funny, the movie just came out, but it's funny because those characters do match that. Like immortality fucking sucks. It's
It
not
does.
cool,
It's terrible.
and it's and that's something, because this Immortal D class in this story, from what I remember, he basically got it, and him and his friends had immortality. But I forgot what happens in the story, but he ends up betraying them and burying them all alive under cement so they can't ever escape. And they're alive under that cement.
That's
Jesus
awful.
fucking
Yeah, so I'm like,
Christ.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. That's where like a character, if I could have an Immortal D class character, I would make him like a good person. It's just like he's just the point of him is that you don't expect him to be a good person, but he just kind of is. Like he like it, and he's immortal. He's like I'd probably make him have like Deadpool abilities or something. Like that's because I like that shit.
I mean, similar to Connor, which is like, it's not like he is vulnerable to dying or he doesn't feel pain or something. He dies,
Oh yeah,
falls over dead, and then he respawns.
yeah. It sucks. Like and it hurts
That,
too.
like,
It's still pain.
it's a cool way of doing, like, the immortality idea.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I had
like,
an idea.
it's just how it is.
I had an idea, and I've had this idea for a very long time. Like I've never executed it. But I had this idea for a D class character that has full cellular manipulation, which it's a weird
Like
mix
Dr.
between
Manhattan.
yeah, yeah, kind of. It's like he basically he can stretch his limbs like Mr. Fantastic. He can really manipulate his body. He can disguise as anybody. He has full immortality. He can completely regenerate his body from like one singular atom. He's like overpowered as shit. But he's like a Superman type character where he knows about the greater. He'd easily be evil. Obvious, like he could easily just straight up just start killing everybody. But the point is it's supposed to be like the Stan Lee mantra of like when great power comes great responsibility. You know, it's the same bit. Responsibility. You know, it's like because I could easily just make him a villain and make him work with the Chaos Insurgency. That's a little too easy. But making him good and having the Foundation challenge him, it's much more of a challenging story to tell. And if I told that story, it would be the Foundation's faults and how the Foundation can be really cruel for no reason. Like, they don't have to be, but sometimes they can be. Even though, in reality, the Foundation is more cold than cruel. Like, they don't give a fuck about, they don't give a fuck about his righteousness. They don't give a shit about that. All they care about is secure, containing, and protecting.
And they can't even do that half the time. Look at all the breaches.
Sean, no, you can't punch that anomaly. Get the fuck back to yourself.
A good point. The thing for a Foundation that's supposed to secure, contain, protect, they sure do have a lot of breaches.
Hey, look, man, they're trying their best, okay? They're really trying.
If we're thinking logically, it takes 65 for example. Why is it that right outside of 049's containment cell, there's one of those things on the wall that you could dispense items from? You could just dispense a hacking device, walk over to 049 and hack him out.
Literally, that's crazy.
What is the point of
that? Don't give me. Oh my god.
There's some things that I've seen that for example, in relation to people talking in the server and what they've said. I've eavesdropped in a few conversations, and there's what is this one vent drink machine that lets you create anything?
Yeah.
That
294.
Yeah, I feel like that's an untapped extreme amount of loopholes.
You could summon nuclear energy. You could summon. Why did you even wait? Tomato. Why did your character even go to the? Why didn't he just go to 294 for the the plutonium?
Oh, because I don't think plutonium exists in a liquid form.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh wait, no, I thought that 294 could make things that weren't originally in a liquid form into a liquid form. I thought that's what
it could only do liquids.
Huh. Because it turned gold into a liquid.
But gold can be melted.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if you heat up plutonium. Does it melt or does it just fission?
Does it explode? I always thought it would explode if you heated it up.
I don't entirely know.
Yeah.
Imagine if you take something that is almost completely indestructible and you type that in. Will it liquefy it, or will it just just spit it out?
It can't do everything liquid. It can. Yeah. It can do an out of bounds error.
Oh yeah. That.
I don't think you can order a cup of dark matter.
Oh yeah, that would.
The entire facility would just fucking implode.
That too, yeah. I'm gonna say I don't think they've tried that, because if they do, yeah, the entire
See, what I would do is I would just order a cup of gold, let it harden, and sell it.
Exactly.
Profit.
There's so much untapped potential with that one.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many there's so much you can explore with that, but at the same time you shouldn't. Imagine the horrendous mistake a single misspelling can cause.
Oh dear God. Oh no. You summon a nuclear energy or something and everyone's dead. Summons a demon court.
It's I want to try different types of bread. Okay, we have normal that. What about bun? Oh fuck, our own son.
Ah! Everyone's incinerated. In a 15-meter radius, the whole site explodes. Earth gone. 2 stars in the solar system at least. Hey, we're Star Wars shit. I was gonna go back on that D class. Imagine and I had an idea. What if he beat the shit out of Heater class anomalies? I don't know. That'd just be funny. They're Jesus.
Give every single D class a metal pipe and let them have fun.
He's you're sitting in D block an SCP's in here, and then that immortal D class walks up and starts beating the shit out of 049. It's yeah, let's get him.
Yeah,
start getting him. Kick his ass.
Don't hurt 049. He's a friendly. Well,
let him touch me.
He's a doctor. I was gonna say he was a friendly.
Is he the
doctor
good doctor though?
I don't know.
No. Oh no. Oh, I didn't mention that.
When I play him, I try to make sure that I act like an actual doctor and try to passive reach and stuff like that. But then occasionally you gotta go on a stabbing.
Who just like, I want to hurt you. I'm gonna make you a zombie. Like, no, nah. There's only a few 049s. Like, there's one I got that was really good. Like, dude did a perfect impression of the Volgan's 049. It was crazy. Actually, gold.
Did you know there's the dude who did the voice acting for 049 in the SCP Containment Breach game? He has a YouTube channel where he plays games as 049.
Yeah, the Volgan. I love. He's so.
Actually, can I mention something about the Volgan?
What's up?
Yeah.
2 things actually. First off, I had never heard of any of his stuff ever. At least I couldn't. I recognize it before confinement or containment. I mean, what is it? It's confinement. Confinement.
Confinement. Yeah.
And the reason why every single time now recently I hear oh, the Volgan did this work, I can't my brain can't wrap it around it because I'm so used to when I hear the name Volgan did this or this is what Volgan sounds like. I think of Elder freestanding bathroom cabinet's voice. And that is the first time and the only time I've ever heard something from Volgan. And so that is what I think his natural voice sounds like.
This place is quite shit. I don't know what's wrong with this one. It's IKEA. I love that line.
That was easy.
What are you doing?
I hereby induct you into the Canopy tribe. Your clan name is Thorn on account of that shard of wood stuck in your head.
Why do you do a fucking good impression of his voice? What the fuck?
That is the canon, head canon. Oh Jesus Christ, what a voice crack! That is the idea of me when I hear oh, the Volgan did this. That is the voice I think.
God,
I heard about SCP-SL. Wasn't he the facility announcer?
Yeah, he's Cassie. I felt like he was. I was like, sounds
and it's so hard for my head to wrap it around that is actually what he sounds like.
He does SCP readings. If you want to know more about SCP, his readings are very good. He makes his own 3D models. He fucking
I think Neocranium, a really good YouTuber that I recommend anyone who's listening, anyone who's listening to this podcast, watch Neocranium. Anyway, he is a very good friend with the Volgan, and they've made some funny stuff in the past. And I think another there was one time when Volgan did an almost SCP reading of a character in a different video game that is an SCP, and it was really funny.
What was I gonna say? I'm always losing my train of thought because damn,
got a lot on your brain.
Forgot.
No, Keegan's got to worry about all those commissions he's doing now because his art became super popular.
Well, I can't really do commissions right now because I'm also working on a big ass project. You guys will know in the future. Don't worry about it. It's just some other thing for sketch content.
Just like me, dude.
Casually drops that he's working on a big project. Don't worry about it.
I just don't worry about it.
I am too. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, let's go, dude.
I'm not.
Which is going to take even longer than the Cryosphere and SCP videos.
Ooh.
The Cryosphere video took around, I know this is completely off topic, but the Cryosphere video took around 5 months. SCP took around 4. This thing, if my times is correct, and now I don't have the sleazy easiness of a 3-month summer break, it'll take me almost 8.5 months to make this.
Yikes.
Oh my god.
Yippee. But thankfully, I'm motivated to do it.
I would say I've been wanting to do more with my art, with my character, and with because I really like my character. Even though, to be fair, I half like him because he's kind of just a self-insert now. He used to not be one, but now he just kind of looks like me, which is that's why I'm very iffy on self-inserts because I'm as long as the character is good. But to be fair, he's not me at all. Corjan is just not me. And I like that I can play someone who's just not me in the slightest. He's just kind of he can be very sadistic. The point is, to Foundation members, he's a nice guy. You know, he's a bit of a goober. He'll act like a goober. But if you're like a GOI or something, and he catches you doing something, he is a sadistic motherfucker. Like he'll make sure that you are like, you know, are you denying the Foundation? Don't deny me, all right? Because you're gonna die. And the other guy's like, you're a fucking nerd, bro. Shut up. You know, we're gonna take care of this. But I've been wanting to draw like because I have a couple of buddies on there, and I've been wanting to draw like a comic about them, some kind, because I like their characters. Like I'm a like James S. Carter, his character, and I'm not sure if he came up with this or I came up with this. I forgot, but he has the Site 19 like containment breach looking pack 3, which makes him look like a guard from there. And I walked up to him. I was like, "Oh, you're like the last one. You're like the last guard from there," which is a sad story. Like that's pretty sad. That he's like one of the last survivors of Site 19, which is really depressing. Like, it really is. And Barry, our new director, he has a whole fucking like lore. Oh my god, his lore is extensive. Holy shit.
I don't know anything about Barry.
Oh, he's a very cool guy. I like Barry. Very nice guy. I would say his character, like, I like that his character can dream about stuff. Like, he can dream about other games, right? Or not other like SCP media. So he dreamt about Containment Breach, and when he heard that that James and I were both James and our character were both in Site 19 when the breach happened, he pulled us over and he was like, "Are you guys from like a different reality or something?" Like he just straight up asked it, like in character. Like he had like, which is crazy, and it's like it could be, kinda like I don't know, like it like it's a lot of weird shit. I like that all of our characters have like our quirks. My character is just kind of turning into Sans Undertale. James is the last survivor. Of his own
so
like.
Sans on. Do you mean like incoherent speech and needs text? What are you talking about?
No, I mean. I mean, like he's like a reality bender type, like thaumatologist they call it. Because Abdal, another friend of mine, his character saved my character, and he's like, "You want to be a part of my research team?" And it's like, "Okay, I'm gonna teach you thaumatology now. Let's go." And now my character basically he can teleport. He can basically use thaumatology abilities, and he also has O negative blood, so I guess that makes him really strong or something. I don't know. The point is that he's really strong, but he's extremely lazy. Brilliant, but really lazy.
Fair enough.
He's also a huge goober. Like, dude will just go up to you and go, "What the shit, man?" And we'll just teleport away.
Oh my god.
Yep, he will do away? That. I am now. He will literally walk up to you and go, "I am now Sans Undertale," and then we'll just disappear. Like he said, I've done that to so many people, and as I'm walking away, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You know what would be a fun thing to do if you have that kind of capability?
What?
Like, teleport to someone, say something that is just so, like, almost benign, and then just leave. Say, like, teleport to someone and say, "I think hamburgers and cheeseburgers work well with fries," and then just teleport away.
I think, because of these abilities, canonically, because of these abilities, if he meets up with a GOI or, like, CI or a D-class, he becomes like Homelander. He's just a huge asshole. Like, he just starts bullying them, going, "Really? Oh, you and your fucking stupid faction, huh?" And they're like, "What?" And he just changes up. It's like, yeah, you're a bitch. I'm like, what? Why? Like, he becomes like a complete dick for no reason. And he's like a weird blend
with
of characters.
Great power
comes great misuse.
Exactly.
Like, and he's supposed to be like, he has like his moments of sarcasm. You know, like how Tony Stark will act, except he's not as funny as Tony Stark. He's just kind of a dick. He just has that sarcasm to him, and I like that I added that because it makes him more interesting. I want to draw this all out because, I mean, I've already drawn his character a couple times. So.
I want to.
I remember, like, when it comes to characters, I remember me trying to make like, what is it, like the hyena character thing work, but I even made a little Gmod skit thing.
Yeah.
The funny part about that was that after I made that skit, I decided to think, you know what, I actually want to kind of try to implement that into this server. So I asked, like, "Hey, can I make this like a reality?" And they're like, "Dude, that is so cartoonish. I don't want to accept that." But then I tried with a more realistic model, the Khajiits from Skyrim.
Yeah.
And that got denied.
Got denied. Denied.
And then after those two, I just didn't really play on the server anymore because I lost a lot of motivation.
Oh, yeah. Because we got all these animations to do, too.
Mm-hmm. Ain't got time to stand around in the D block.
You're gonna be very surprised because Corjin has like a kid in the future. It's really weird. It's a really weird thing that because canonically I've told somebody and they're like, I told somebody that and they're like, oh, so Keegan gets bitches? No. Then how did how did he be born? I'm like, you'll find out. I don't know. He
figure it out yourself.
Yep. Like he just like his son just pops up one day. He literally
How
just
was he
popped like,
born?
huh?
He wasn't born. He was grown in a lab.
He was grown like Homelander shit.
I don't know anything about Homelander because I am not watching The Boys.
Oh, it's very bloody and messed up, but it's very good.
Believe me, I have good reason as to not to.
I remember there was something about like the McCain that I wanted to implement. That's how his son was born, and that's why he has like all these like anomalous abilities. But his son is nothing like him at all, in the slightest. Like it's crazy. That's like the whole bit. It's like, oh, what was my dad like? James is just sitting there like staring at him, and it just cuts to Keegan going, "I am better. I am better. Oh, you weak bitches. These weak GOI." He's like, damn, bro, chill. Oh yeah, character development is fun. I gotta actually draw it out though. That's something I've been wanting to do because I'm a lazy bitch.
Procrastination.
Ah, yes.
The mother of all issues.
I did have because I played on Revival SCP a long time ago. Like if any, and I had a few dudes on the server who played that recognized me. They go, your name is Cornwall. Did you ever play on Revival? It's like, fuck yeah, I was Cornelius. And like, oh, Cornelius, oh my. And it's like meeting up with old friends again. It was really nice. There was a guy who played 682, a guy who was on security who looked at me and said the same thing. It was great. And I was an ethics committee on there, top dog ethics committee. Like, and canonically, Cornelius Cornwall is Corjin Cornwall's brother, or Corjin Keegan Cornwall. It's I don't like a lot of people call the character like Corjin or Cornwall instead of Keegan,
Isn't
but I prefer if
the
they
guy
call
with
Keegan.
The corn for the head and
No, that's the joke. That's the joke. I even told Lord Bung about that before they got off Twitter. It was before all that. I even told them without them, the last name Cornwall for my character would not be a thing. Yeah, Keegan's name is Corjin Keegan Cornwall, and it's because of confinement. Like that's the whole
bit. Some people may call him Shepherd the Shuck.
Or Shepherd the Shuck. Nobody calls you that.
Nobody calls you that.
Fucking. I could only imagine if Connor would meet Keegan, he'd be like, "What's your last name?" And I just look at him and smile. Cornwall.
Oh God, don't talk to me about corn right now.
What's wrong with corn?
It was because
it's a part of the confinement series.
The guy just wouldn't shut up about corn, and then the thing.
He was made out of corn, like his head was literally a corn on the cob thing.
Shepherd Shook.
And his name was Cornelius Cornwall, or as or as others call him, Shepherd the Shuck.
Was his name really Cornelius?
Yes.
Really his name? Oh shit! I just stole that name by accident. Oops. Well, it's too late.
I think
now.
it's at least Cornelius. Maybe it is some. I don't know. His last name was Cornwall, and he made the joke about the Shepherd the Shuck.
Yeah. Corn guy.
Yeah, so you got a Diet Coke there. That has a lot of corn syrup.
There's a lot of corn syrup there. I think
it's a cool character, though.
Yeah, that's a cool like D class. I like specialized D class like that. Like that's why I was hoping in SCP servers one day they could somehow implement like anomalous D class like that. So that'd be so cool.
We have Pack 3. Make it happen.
Make it happen. Oh yeah, you're right. We do. But I'm what they call a lazy bitch. All right.
I'm actually pretty fucking well versed in Pack 3. I can make some like that.
It's
one of the main reasons I wanted to do the hyena thing. It's just a D-class anomaly.
I wanted to hire someone to model a out of my style a character for me for in-game, but I know that the staff would be like, it's too cartoonish, we can't do it. Like,
yeah.
It'd be
same
an
issue with
instant
me and the hyena thing.
It would be, they'd definitely be like, that's really cool, but no. Like, man, no. No, yeah, but it's Cornelius is like weird. The whole it's like he's Keegan's brother, but like they haven't seen each other in like years. Like he hasn't seen Keegan since Keegan was like 10 years old and he was like 29 going to the Foundation. And
Wait,
it's supposed to be like a tragic one.
No, hold on. I just fucking realized where I got Cornelius Cornwall from. It was from the fucking Slimesicle video where he said he introduces corn.
Oh my god.
That's where I got the name from.
I need to
Oh
watch
my
more. I
god!
remember watching him a lot when I was younger, but I don't remember anything about Slimecicle.
Dude, you should. Oh, dude.
Forever. It's been forever. All right.
He's a fantastic YouTuber and a streamer too.
Not to interrupt,
What's up?
because I know we're having a good time here, but it has been 50 minutes.
Oh,
shit.
shit. Yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, let's cut it short then. Well, cut it fairly regularly.
Yeah, I just want to say a couple things. One, thank you for all the support that the podcast has gotten over the last year. It means a lot to me and to everyone here. Shout out to Vince, who I invited to host this episode of the podcast as the administrator, but he couldn't make it. But he's very supportive of the podcast.
The administrator. We'd all have to be.
I wanted to have a whole thing where he like shows up and like starts just like shadow banning people.
It's like that's
and,
it.
Like
blacklisted. No.
Yeah. He's just like, yeah, I wanted to see what this podcast was all about. Then we all get in trouble for info breach. Yeah, so shout out to him. Shout out to everyone on the CN Discord. Shout out to Ellie for getting us the actual channel on the Discord. Shout out to everyone who's hosted. It means a lot to me. And just thanks for all the support over the last year. I don't know what the podcast is going to be like going forward because I've been kind of missing like recording dates and stuff like that, but I've also had an excuse as I just started a new job and I was sick.
Nice.
So it's kind of hard to like find time to record. So I can't say the podcast is going to be weekly going forward, but it still will be around and still will happen. Just stay tuned for that. I also want to do more off character episodes because these are fun.
These are, yeah,
where we just talk and stuff like that. So we'll see going forward what it's going to be like. Last few things, you could find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. According to the analytics on Spotify, you can find us on something called Castbox. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what the hell. There's so many new streaming services.
Yeah, but I don't entirely know.
To anyone and everyone, remember to drink food and eat water.
Drink, yeah.
And of course, look both ways before you cross the road, else you'll lose your head.
Oh no!
Fun thing. I was looking at the people who listen to our podcast, and apparently we have someone listening in Kenya.
Wow!
I think I mentioned at the beginning.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Oh, we do have Russia.
Oh, that's nice.
It's less than 1%, but it is Russia, and they're all from Moscow.
Wow, that's nice.
So that's pretty neat. Anyways, so support us there. There also is a way to actually directly support the podcast. It's through a Buy Me a Coffee link. You could find it on all of our socials, and it's there if you want to directly support the podcast. It's not required to do so. Like, we're not going to stop doing the podcast if no one supports it. It's just there.
Yeah.
So,
you don't need support to do this fun thing because I honestly just like this.
Yeah, it's fun. So that's basically it. Keegan, do you have anything you want to say to the nice people?
Do research, science. Woohoo!
Wow!
Trying to make art. What? Yeah. Mario. All right, let's go. That's kind of all I had to say.
Mel, do you have anything you want to say?
I want to say I appreciate that each individual person who is enjoying this podcast. Doesn't need to be supported, but it's nice to know that at least to the very, very, very brief and least you can ever get, people are enjoying what we're doing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So, yep, that's been the 1-year anniversary of the Site 65 podcast. Technically, this is episode 46, but it's not going to go up as that. I've been your host, Robert Tomato Peterson. Thank you very much for listening and supporting. Have a wonderful day.